thank you for joining us for yet another edition of the Phil Taylor Jones Show. Well, hang on, folks. We're going for another crazy ride, another nutty adventure that's basically taking root right here in my home state of California, San Francisco. What a nutty place I live in. Obviously, we're just rocking and reeling from this bathroom fiasco. Now we don't even know which bathrooms to use because people want to be flamboyant and make new laws regarding who can use what bathroom, whether it's a transgender person or if it's a heterosexual or if it's a homosexual. I mean, good Lord, all of these stupid laws, there are already laws on the books that protect people. They protect people from being discriminated against by sex, by sexual orientation, by race, by color, by creed. It's illegal for you to discriminate against a person. So why do we have to come up with all these newfangled laws just because a certain community wants to be very flamboyant and up in your face about now something as simple as going to the bathroom? Oh boy. Well, just when you thought you were hanging in pretty tight, the ropes get cut loose and there you are back in the stupid jungle again. It's called manspreading, and obviously it's sweeping the nation. Now, before you start scratching skin off your head saying, what the hell is manspreading? Let me elucidate. Manspreading is the menace sweeping the nation and threatens to cripple our already crumbling infrastructure, which is why officials in California, that figures, are taking decisive action to eradicate it. Now, I don't know how many of you have ever been on public transportation, but again, because of these idiot, corrupt, stupid politicians that we have overcrowding our country with foreigners, especially here in California, Los Angeles being more at the focal point, has become ludicrous. First they had regular buses. Now we've got these, what they call metro liners. They're like two buses hooked up together. That still doesn't alleviate the problem. In fact, the problem has gotten so bad with metro liners being so packed and going down the daily groove in the streets, it has torn up the streets of California. There was $1 billion or more spent along the corridor we call Wilshire Boulevard to repair the grooves that had been ground into the asphalt because of these heavy buses going up and down them constantly 24/7. Now, when you get on a bus, it's already packed. Sometimes there's barely standing room. In fact, the buses here can be so packed, and possibly in your neck of the woods too, that they pass you by if you're standing there. You're trying to do the green thing. You're trying to help Mother Earth, this being Earth Day. You're trying to cut down on the greenhouse gases, so you leave your car at home. You want to do the green thing. You're standing there. You give yourself plenty of time for work or school. The bus comes along. It's packed. People are almost hanging out the door, so that one passes you by. And then it'll stop across the street from the bus stop and let people off. And you're standing there twiddling your thumbs, wondering, well, when am I going to get to work or when am I going to get to school? Then here comes another bus. You say, oh, good, cool. That one passes you by too. Why? Because there's overcrowding in our cities because of these jackass, idiot, corrupt politicians bringing all these foreigners over here and crippling our infrastructure. Now, you're sitting on the bus, and just because you don't have your legs all tight and you're sitting up there looking like a sardine, they call this manspreading. Or if you're a woman, woman-spreading. So here's what they attempt to do. Men or women with problematically wide stances could face hefty fines. After the San Francisco Transit Board approved a strict one ticket, one seat policy. Los Angeles transit officials will consider a similar measure in the coming months. Now here's the kicker, folks. Offenders will be fined $100 for the first violation, $200 for the second, and within a 12-month period, and then $500 for each repeat violation within 5 years. It is unclear how the new rule will be enforced. I mean, good Lord. God, what are these people thinking? They'll do anything. Oh, let me catch my breath. They'll do anything to further their own sadistic purposes. Honestly, you look at these new stupid laws they come up with. One of them is the seatbelt law. Now, it's my life. If I want to wear a seatbelt in my car, that's my business. But no, they worked with the insurance companies, they had palm grease, and they worked together behind the closed doors, in the dark, in the wee hours of the morning, to gut the American people. Yes, true, seatbelts can save lives. But also true, seatbelts can cause deaths. There have been many chronicled events in where seatbelts have caused a great many deaths, where people could have just jumped out of the car, but somehow the seatbelt jammed, or it became inoperable and the person was stuck in the car, burned to death, or the car exploded, what have you. That should be your own personal choice as to whether or not you want to wear a seatbelt. Motorcycle riders, I've talked to many who don't particularly care for the helmet law. Again, if that's your choice to wear a helmet, fine. It should be your choice not to wear a helmet. But now they're going after people sitting on a bus? I mean, come the freak on. This is just palm greasing and trying to rectify the collateral damage that you've done as a stupid politician by having all these damn foreigners come over here and infiltrate the system. How many times have I been on a bus and some nasty, garlic-smelling, funky bastard will want to come and sit right next to me? I mean, it's a public transportation, this is true. But if you happen to sit with a wide stance, or, I don't see the problem there. If the person can sit next to you, then fine. But, okay, I can see it if there's a bigger person, and I'm a pretty big guy. If I'm sitting here and there's another person of considerable size sitting on the other side, and there's just about as much space as a kid can sit, then why does somebody want to come and shoehorn themselves in between you? That should be a personal choice. Even though it's public transportation, there's still something there called personal space. And it's not our fault that you allow every Tom, Dick, and Harry to come into this country and clog up everything, and then now you want to charge us for it. Yeah, California, you're stupid. And I bet you it's at the hands of that stupid Governor Moonbeam, Jerry Brown, who also probably works with the transit places just to get money out of people. $500 is the cap. I mean, come on. They urge you to ride the bus, do the green thing, help climate change. And then when you try to do that, you try to be a little comfortable, and then they want to charge you for it. And I would venture a guess, because I've seen it. In fact, I've done it. You go to the store, you get a couple of bags of groceries. The bus is filthy because they do some of everything on public transportation, from spitting to gratifying themselves to climax. I've seen that on buses and trains, commuter trains. Walk in with all kinds of stuff on their feet. You don't want to set your groceries down there on the floor, even though they are in a bag. You don't want to do that. So you put your groceries in the seat next to you. I would imagine that this one ticket, one seat law is going to have that in its purview as well. So again, put your groceries up there. I mean, this is sick. Whose America is this? And what will they stop at next? As I alluded to on another show, these idiot politicians should label themselves now as organized criminals, because that's what they are. They are sitting there. They are thinking. They are conniving. They are doing everything they can to mess up American people. If you don't want your infrastructure compromised, then close the damn border. It's bad enough for you to go up on the damn bus fare or transit fare. A regular bus pass in this place is, I think it's $120. I know it's at $100, if not a skosh over, unless you're a senior citizen and get a reduced pass. But this is ridiculous. Now you gotta worry about sitting there looking like a sardine so that you won't get fined for it. Beautiful California. Way to go, idiot state. I just had to bring you that, I didn't want to jump into that. I know we're careening, as I said, towards the weekend and people are looking forward to having fun. But I just had to chime in on this one. This is ludicrous. In fact, it's past ludicrous. It's ludicrous. Exec, you got anything before we say goodbye to our folks out there?
It is pure insanity, I'll tell you that much. Some people don't like being uncomfortable, being smushed. Personally, when I'm on the bus, I have a somewhat wide stance. I try to let the seats to my left and right, have enough space. So if someone that's small sits next to me, sometimes I might be okay. Sometimes I might have to smush up if I'm on the bus closest to the wall, so there's nothing on my left. But generally, if someone that sits down next to me that's a little too big, and I have to smush my legs close together, I'll just get up and go somewhere else because it's too uncomfortable. I don't like sitting down and being uncomfortable. I'd rather stand than to be bothered with that and trying to get money out of people, just like that seatbelt law. They're just doing that not for safety and not to be fair for people buying tickets, but just to get money.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally insane. I don't know what these people have got in their minds other than the brilliant ideas, get rich quick theme, excuse me.
Yeah, they're trying to build
for Californians.
They're trying to build this. So, generally, when I get on the bus, I try to look for that single seat because technically, I don't want everybody sitting next to me because some of them get on the bus, they're stinking, they're trying to sell you something or some kind of crap. Or they got some badass kid, that doesn't know how to keep his feet off of other people. So I try to find a single seat wherever possible, or I'll just stand. But, I don't want to get too comfortable on the bus because I don't want to be there anyway. But just had to bring you that one, folks. And take care, stay safe, have a great weekend. And we'll see you next time here on the Phil Taylor Jones Show. Thank you and bye-bye.